us another day, only to scream into the night. Nothing ever tries to change, even if I want to realize. 'Cause I've been sitting here, same old ways, taking off without the same mistake. Darling, when you go away, it won't be as simple for you.
Yo guys, Old Man G here, back again with another weekly Q&A. Apologies for lateness. I've actually had quite a long day, but quite enjoyable. I must confess. Work, nice gym workout, and then a nice horse game of football. You know, I'm not gonna lie, my enjoyment of football right now is based solely on playing it, as opposed to looking at Manchester United play football. To be quite honest, as you know. We had a very, very, very depressing weekend. I'm not even going to go there, but there's obviously some news in this Q&A. Casemiro, Sir Richard Ratcliffe bid. But before we get into it, guys, if you are new to the channel, to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter at WeUnitedX. Smash that notification button for latest Manchester United news and more. Stay tuned. We are doing our Liverpool match review. Obviously, we've got quite a few Liverpool fans in the chat, so get involved to that. On top of that, we will actually be doing a watch along. It's a Monday night kickoff actually, so we will be doing a watch along for the Manchester United versus Liverpool game. I would just recommend people, if they want to clip that stream, they can, because I don't have any hope. As you'll see in my preview, I genuinely believe that Manchester United should actually forfeit the game. I'm not kidding. Actually, I generally am not kidding. Shout out to those on in chat as well, man. I appreciate it. So make sure you get your questions in. Otherwise, we will get into the topics. And well, the big topics that I've seen on Twitter so far. Well, the major one is, and I guess we'll start with the bid. From Sir Jim Ratcliffe. So happy, big up. Thank you so much, buddy. Big up. I thought I went late. No worries, which is me. I went late. Solo, shout out to yes, sir. EFAG. Big up. Hashtag Glaze Up. Now we're going to get into that. Sus Massey, who's a member. Shout out to the members of the channel as well. If Glazers sold the club, it would be the best thing that happened to Manchester United. It definitely would be. It definitely would be. Absolutely 100% to that. So Jim Ratcliffe is getting us fans a little excited. Exactly. So Lucas says, big up. Who would you play in the midfield against Liverpool? Okay, I'm going to get to that. Let me quickly share Fabrizio's Twitter, because, you know, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, by the way, guys, thank you so much. I'm 500 followers on Twitter. I must confess, I don't really maybe because I'm shy, but I don't really kind of celebrate milestones really as much. But I do want to really appreciate for those who do follow me on Twitter. I do appreciate it. So thank you for getting me to 500 followers on Twitter, man. I appreciate it. More subscribers on YouTube than on Twitter. There you go. You know. Anyway, let's share the page now. So hopefully everyone can see that. And I'll quickly change to a different banner thing so it looks a bit more. There we go. So Sir Jim Ratcliffe wanting to buy Manchester United. This is big. Fabrizio Romano obviously saying Sir Jim wants to buy a stake in Manchester United. Spokesman tells Addicts in the Times. So this was reported in the Times newspaper. If the club is for sale, Jim is definitely a potential buyer, told the Times. If it was possible, we'd be interested in talking with a view to long-term ownership. So my understanding from this is that the Glazers potentially might be up for selling some potential Class A shares of the club. So you can actually buy shares in Manchester United, like I think you can make like Class B on the stock exchange, but they don't really have much say in terms of ownership. Oh, by the way, guys, this is chilled. I've got a meal, so this is a chill. I love the weekly Q&As. We are chilled, so I've got my meal. It's pasta with some meatballs and some nice bolognese. So I'm trying to go the healthy route now. So yeah, oops, with aubergine as well. So love it. So grab your meal, guys. Relax, chillax on this late Wednesday evening, at least where I am anyway. So from my understanding from this is that Jim Guthrie would hope to buy several Class A shares, not necessarily the majority stock, but a significant amount, so that when he has a stake in Manchester United, the potential long-term view could be to potentially buy out the club, buy out the Glazers. As you saw, for example, with Arsenal and Stan Kroenke, for example, he started in a similar fashion. And I think this is significant because for all the Glazers out talk, if there isn't a buyer and the Glazers don't sell, it means absolutely nothing. It really does. It means absolutely nothing if the Glazers don't actually want to sell Manchester United. It doesn't. So if it's possible that he can get a stake, that's at least a footing. That's at least a foothold. And I just think that, right now with a lot of United fans, there's a lot of bickering, there's a lot of fighting, top red, all the rest of blah, blah, blah. What I think a lot of Manchester United fans can agree on is that they want this dude out of the club. They want this dude out of club. That's in the Glazers. They want the Glazers out. We want the Glazers out. So by any means, we want the Glazers out of Manchester United Football Club. So if we want the Glazers out by any means, it stands to reason that United fans, this has to be the thing that has to bind United fans together. Not Casemiro, not are we going to win the Champions League, not the Premier League or the rest of it. The majority of United fans want the Glazers out. And actually, I'm quite content. A part of me is thinking, like, because I'm a small YouTube channel, obviously, but a part of me is thinking, is it worth, keeping the momentum where like every United channel has a thing where we upload videos maybe once or every so often, and we really, as United fans, as communities, rather than trying to vie for attention or argue amongst ourselves, really unite so that we can force the Glazers out of Manchester United Football Club. Because it's possible. Mike Ashley, okay, in Ashley's case, he did eventually want to sell, so I guess it's a bit different. But, if the sponsorships keep on failing, if the money keeps on going dry, they're not going to have much of a choice. And this is the key thing, because if you've got a billionaire who's like, listen, I'm willing to invest money in Manchester United, and you as the current owners are losing money, you're not going to say no, are you? At least I don't think anyway. You're not going to say no, So personally, I think it's worth it. I mean, I don't know what people think. I mean, that's my mini sort of spiel about it. But let me just see what you guys say in the comments. So I'll come back to the Zohab's question: who do you play against Liverpool in midfield? Remember to like the vid. Thank you, Chainsaw. First of all, shout out to all the members. Actually, if you're new, please subscribe. If you consider supporting the channel, please consider becoming a member to get exclusive emojis, access to member-only hangouts, and also exclusive member videos as well. So shout out to Chainsaw, Samasi, Michael. I'm forgetting. That's bad. Ad 74. Who else is that? Daniel T. Niall, Zach, and Mega. That's all of them, I think. If I've forgotten them, I'm really sorry. So, but yeah, thanks, guys. If you want to, and all the money goes back into the channel, whether it's the thumbnails, whether it's the cameras, everything. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, to get invest in a nice. Well, two things. I've got a nice mic, so I'm happy about that. But hopefully, I'm hoping to try and invest into a nice camera actually soon. Okay, that's the future plan. Oh, let me know. Does anyone want to hear some of that background music? If you want some of that background music in, please let me know. I can play some of that calming music in. So let me know if you like some of that background music again. So yeah, grab the perfect owner. For us, the United fan and love support exactly. There's no better the line than having someone who is actually a fan of Manchester United running the club. There isn't. There really, really isn't. Any new buyer will get buying a club that needs 11 new players minimum. Chainsaw. Relax. Every club in the world will ask for extra money and players will ask for extra wages. Not necessarily. I mean, just look at Chelsea. You ship those players on. The thing about the way the Glazers do things is that, unlike Chelsea, the Glazers are insistent on wanting to keep a hold of, maintain value of players. So we could have sold Jones, etc. There are definitely buyers, there are definitely offers, but the issue is that the Glazers want to maintain value on those players, and so to maintain value on those players, they offer them new contracts, extensions, etc., because letting them go for free, even though they end up going for free, would be devastating, which we saw in the likes of Pogba and Matic, unfortunately. But there you go. Shout out to Ants, get the Norwich scuffs out, lads. And relax. Don't you worry. Leicester City are back. And Jim buys a team, then you definitely won't be a hands-up owner, seeing how buying United is big for his legs outside. Exactly. Charlton's big yo, what's up? What should fans do to get the Glazers out? This is a question to Samasi. Like I said, I think at the start, it's all about unity. I would, I don't know who the leader of the movement is or who has most influence. I certainly don't. But what I think would be nice would be for people to just work together. Put aside in differences or whose views on that, or if they're this or whatever, wherever they're from, or true, and all this nonsense. Literally, I would love to just do collaborations with because the thing is that match day is one thing. You can stop match day fans, you can the stadiums, that shows a sign, but the reality is most Manchester United fans it's global, it's all around the world. So you need to have something that has a global effect. And the only way to have a global effect is if you organize online. That's why you have these channels. So I would love to do collaborations with Manchester United fan groups in England, but also USA, in Asia, Africa, etc. To really bring that awareness so it's a global thing as opposed to just like a local thing. Because people need to remember that. It's one thing to just be like, oh yeah, they go out, we protest in Old Trafford, etc. And that did cause things because there was media tension in the UK. So that's not insignificant. But I do think it has to be bigger. And I think the only way for it to be bigger is if there's a coordinated effort between fan groups rather than people trying to pursue their own particular interests. Is my theory. But good question. Artists, I heard rumor that it's only a minority stake the Glazers want to sell. They sell. I don't know if it's a minority stake, but that's how it often begins. It's a minority stake, but it's a Class A stake. And that's, I think, the key thing. If it's a Class A stake, it means that there's at least a degree of influence in the club. And possibly, sorry, really enjoying this pasta, it's really good. But possibly the aim to eventually, buy Manchester United. I think the money purse will be massive. I think that I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if because what was it? The previous Liverpool game of Champions we got battered, and they had to postpone the game. So I wouldn't be surprised if they had to postpone the game similar to what they did last time. Would you be surprised? I generally wouldn't be surprised if they said, right, we're gonna storm Old Trafford, we're going to stop all this stuff from going on, disrupt the game, etc. Because in fairness, what I would say in the fact that protest things are fine is that the biggest televised game, watch game globally is certainly from the Premier League is Manchester United versus Liverpool still, because of the amount of fans that they have. It's not City versus Liverpool, it's Manchester United versus Liverpool. And if you're going to raise awareness, it's going to be that. It's definitely going to be, at that stage, and that's probably the best way to do it. And so if you end up it being cancelled, being delayed, that obviously puts pressure on sponsors who are like, what the hell? We didn't anticipate this. It puts pressure on the Glazers, the back out. So all these things is the way that I see it. All these things mount up, and that's what we need, at least in my opinion, anyway. Typical United fans protesting Liverpool game. We winning 8-0 on Monday. Now, Chainsaw, just let me know, and this is just a question for you. You can answer, but feel free. Will Darwin Núñez score a hat-trick on Monday? Will Darwin Núñez score a hat-trick on Monday? Okay, this is very, very important because you said, if I quote, that Núñez would drop a hattie. He'd drop a hattie against Manchester United on you said he'd drop a hattie. You said he'd drop a hattie, and I'm not entirely sure whether he's going to drop a hattie. You know what I mean? I'm just not 100% sure he'll drop a hattie whilst being suspended. I could be wrong though. I could be completely wrong. Let's keep going. Sorry, I'm a bit slow. I'm tired, but no, I'm always committed. If Elon Musk were to buy Manchester United would go. Oh, absolutely. The thing is, when he, I mean, Elon is a troll. We all know that, So, and it was funny troll. But what was funny, was that if he actually if he bought Manchester United, because I think the stocks actually went, the stocks at Manchester United actually went up when they. So I don't know. That's why I'm like, was he really? Was it some weird like PR thing, or was he trying to manipulate stocks or shares or something? It was just weird. It was like as soon as that got good, the stocks just artificially just went up for some reason. But yeah, I would. I mean. He'd probably be better than the Glazers because he would just spend money and for the sake of, and he would, although whether he would treat the employers or not, I don't know. But he would definitely, he definitely would be better than the Glazers. And the stock and the brand would go up, and the Manchester United would be the first football club to go to Mars. That I can tell you, we're the first stadium. That is like it just just imagine, guys. Manchester United, like we're talking about biggest. People say biggest football club on earth, but actually, if Elon bought Manchester United, we'd be like the biggest club in the universe. No club could have that title. You'd have brand Manchester United, the Manchester United flag on Mars, man. That's a flex. That's also a flex. Like you have 6 Champions Leagues, we have Mars. It is what it is, you know. I love that. I would love that. But it's not gonna happen, you know. I love it, but it's I don't think he's I don't think he'd be interested in ever buying sports. Really, he's got other things he's doing. Chainsaw. Oh yeah. Oh yes. I need to host after the 8-0 one at Old Trafford. Don't worry, there will be a post-match reaction, Chainsaw. So you will definitely be on there. I'm so tired of transfer window being open when the season started. Yeah. To be fair, Rico, they did initially do that. I think the Premier League did that a while back. They said no, the transfer will close before the season. I think it was about 2-3 seasons ago. But the problem was that it wasn't coordinated around Europe. So while the English transfer window was closed before the season started, as per Wenger, everyone else wasn't. So players could still leave to other countries. So it didn't really help, to be honest. So you'd have to have almost like a coordinated attempt, and also all leagues have to start at the same time, and that's just not going to happen. So I see why they have a specific date instead, unfortunately. I think if the stock plummets further, they will sell possibly, although it went up because of Elon. Apparently, we're actually in for Casemiro. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a bit, actually. We are going to talk about Casemiro because I don't really know what's going on with that. If anyone, because I've checked Fabrizio's Twitter, he's mentioned it a little bit, but, I'll scroll, but there's nothing very, very definitive. So if anyone has any clear sources about it, that would be good. Yes, background music. Okay, says Chainsaw. Let's quickly change that. Change some background music. Let's get some. Let's try some this. Why can I? It's weird. Why can I hear it? I can't usually hear the background music. Usually, let's try this. Go for it. We'll go this. I'll lower it down a bit. There you go. Okay. I don't know. I don't usually hear the background music that I play, and now I can hear it. It's very strange. Maybe it was a bug or glitch, but hopefully that's not too loud for people. Right. Okay. Solo. What do you think is the biggest reason we not spend this money? Because we usually spend big after the UCL. Because Manchester United don't have a lot of money. It's simple as that. Manchester United do not have a lot of money. We don't have a lot of money. The protest, the fact that, like, whatever you say, what United fans are doing is making a difference. And more importantly, the lack of, after a couple of seasons, and this is a worry that Barcelona might have as well, is that after a couple of seasons, it will affect you. You're finishing, third, fourth, sixth. You're getting knocked out at the round of 16 of the Champions League. You're not progressing farther in cup competition. It's like the finance, the implications, the lack of sponsorship, all these things are going to affect you. And so the reality is that Manchester United, once the Glazers have paid off the debts and taken the dividends, don't have a lot of money to spend, unfortunately. Salah, Hattie, Trent Hattie, and Naby double. First of all, Trent can't defend. And second, Salah, where was Salah against Crystal Palace, Chainsaw? Where was Salah against Crystal Palace? Diaz, I'm scared of though. Yeah, I would have sent Maguire to Jupiter. Question: how long would the takeover last? What do you mean, Samasi? Do you mean how long the takeover would? Like, how long would it be to get a takeover, or how long do you think the takeover would? I'm not entirely. You got. Like, do you mean is it like ideally for the long term, but or is it like how long will it take to take the Glazers to get out? I don't know. I don't know. Manchester United, yeah, I don't know what the recruitment strategy is to Manchester United right now because, and we'll talk about Casemiro in a second. But I've got no idea. I really, really, really have no idea what the strategy for Manchester United is because it just looks it could all be just BS from the media, and there's a very good chance that it is. But it's almost like ever since the Frankie de Jong deal has essentially collapsed, which I think it is. Sorry, guys, hold on for 1 second. Give me just 30 seconds. Sorry about that. Right, okay, yeah. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a strategy. I don't know why, but there doesn't seem to be a strategy at all for Manchester United. Like ever since it's almost like, oh, we'll get Frankie de Jong. We'll definitely get him. And then we don't get him, and it's like, oh, so no plan B. So yeah, let's just try and get Casemiro, who's obviously using Manchester United like Ramos did, to play for a new contract. Like, come on. 6 Champions Leagues, Martian supporting Manchester United. No, Shane. No. Unfortunately not, because then you're only the champions of Europe. Manchester United would be the champions of Mars. Which is bigger, Europe or Mars? Just think about that. Really? Who's supporting this? Who's supporting this? Because I've got these injury. I wouldn't even take Pulisic even. Like, we have too many injury-prone players as it is. He's too injury-prone. He really, really, really is. The Marco mentioned Emeni being back in France. I mean, maybe, but will they spend? I don't know. I'm not sure. Sanasi, I pray for Bayern Munich in the Champions League and put relax, Chainsaw, relax. Mane carry exactly, fact. Exactly, fact. Unfortunately, Chainsaw doesn't agree. He says, well, and Salah gave him a career. That's very interesting, Salah, because I don't know, it's weird. For me, the way I see it is that Mane's gone and Liverpool have drawn against Fulham and Palace. You know what I mean? Like, Mane is gone and Liverpool have drawn against Fulham and Palace. But yeah, thanks guys. We've got almost 20 people watching, guys. Make sure you like the video, and subscribe if you're new. Thank you so much. These are my favorite. This is my favorite part of the week. These weekly Q&As. Love it. Get your questions in as well. Get your question. It doesn't have to be about football. It can be about anything as well. So this is obviously a laid back Q&A just for the community, just for me to engage with you guys. Questions, answers, all the rest of it. So yeah. Dutch Gamer 2000X says, is it true that Everton Hag wants to buy Matt? No. I don't know where, like, please tell me where these people are saying these things, because I've just assumed that it's the media just making stuff up. Because no way was Everton Hag an extreme disciplinarian. No way. To see what you want Mario Balotelli. It just can't be. The stadiums have to be empty for change to happen. I'm talking about half the crowd. I'm not sure. I'm meaning ideally 10,000. I mean, not really. As I said, I don't think the stadium, because you got to understand, like, maybe if it was a smaller club, because they rely a lot on revenue and gate revenue, but Manchester United's most of Manchester's revenue is from sponsorships. Sorry. So that's where you want to hit. You want to hit sponsors. You want to hit those revenue streams, because one, you're always going to get people that are going to go to the games, but more importantly, it's still a fraction of what comes in, and the Glazers are only concerned about money. They may be like, oh, okay, we're noticing people aren't coming, so what we're going to do is we're going to buy a player. And that's what usually tends to happen. They'll make a statement signing. Why do you think that when United linked with Casemiro? Because, hey, if United buy Casemiro, oh, it's amazing, it's awesome, great PR, blah, 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 blah. And then suddenly everyone forgets about Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and we're now, let's get back behind the team, let's keep on going, blah, 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 blah. And then it just falls apart, and then we're here again next year. Paradise says, report said ball push last time with Frankie de Jong. Push for what? That's why I don't understand. Like, what exactly are they pushing for? He doesn't want to come to the club. And we've got, what, just under 2 weeks before the transfer window? I mean, I won't be surprised that Manchester United make some panic buyings, but this is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Real Madrid legends are use United as a punching bag. Relax, so I read that into where. Please link the source, Dutch. Please link the source, because I'm curious to see where this on Twitter it was, because I don't see how that could even. I mean, is that where we? I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Balotelli. I think he'd be great in the Premier League, and I think that if he's like disciplined, like if he's mature, I think it'd be great for him to come back. Like, it really, really would. I'd be like, because he was a good penalty taker and a very, very good finisher, and very quick. So, but it's just whether or not like he could be like disciplined, really. But he wasn't particularly injury prone, and right now he's not particularly playing at the highest level. So I don't know whether he could. You know, he's and also he's played at essentially every United rival. He's played at City. He's played at Liverpool. Like, I don't get it. I don't know. I see Martians now to defend no change. That's the thing. Reports also said Casemiro could happen. Board offering. What? 400k. Yeah, this is to get him a new contract in Madrid. It is. It's definitely. Well, let's. In fact, while I'm reading his comments, we'll talk about Casemiro in a second. Side note: I told you Mars 2013 will happen. You did. It's positive. Glazers is willing to sell. I'm doing a project on UEFA Lands because the three different. I just find it hard to find the right background music. Shout out to Antonio in the chat. I still believe Daniels will live till the quad chainsaw when he's not suspended. Yeah, no, Jar Felix and company. Atletico have no interest in selling Manchester United players. That's just not happening. True, empty stadium isn't really effective because of season ticket holders already pay. Exactly. I mean, yeah, it will. But that's what I'm saying. If it will send a message, but if you want immediate change, then you have to hit the sponsors. That's the key. But for me, that's the key. I just got to a comment I was speaking, got on my head as evidence of missing clips. Rude audience, that trend. Well, we don't know. We don't know about that though. We don't know about that. Right. Let me just quickly go back onto Fabrizio's page, because obviously the next topic is regarding Casemiro. Let's have a look. I don't think did Fabrizio. Okay. Oh, here's an update from United. No negotiation between Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Manchester United as things stand. It was ruled out days ago. Okay. Pierre is focused on Chelsea bid as he wants UCL football. New direct context on first discuss personal terms conditions. Xavi still insists to keep Oba. So this is the key thing here, guys. And for me, this is the biggest thing. This is why, for me, I don't know why we're wasting so much time on trying to get big names. One, because some of these big names could flop. But two, and more importantly, they want UCL football. I have a wild take here. But quite frankly, I think United should do a Frankfurt. I'll say it now. I think United should do a Frankfurt. I think we should forget about the league, because realistically, Manchester United are not going to get top four. We're not going to get top four. We're just not in a state to get top four. But it is possible, with a bit of gumption, to actually make to try and win the Europa League. it's 2 legs. You got tactics, all the rest of it. It's possible that we could potentially win the Europa League. So if we focus on just winning a Europa League, I don't care what position that we finish. Win the Europa League, you get your trophy, and you're into the Champions League, and then you can think about the future. That to me is what I should see it. And for me, I would play our strongest team in the Europa League, and then just use the Premier League and the cups to just play seconds, kids, all the rest of it. That's what I would do because we're not going to win. Then we're not going to challenge for the league title. And realistically, we're not going to get 4. So what is it that Manchester United are actually playing for? Nothing. So for me, just play your strongest teams in the cup competitions, try and get a trophy in the domestic ones, but aim to win the Europa League, and then just play the kids in the Premier League. That's just the way that I see it. It's probably better that way, in my personal opinion. Let's have a look. Yeah, it looks like Chelsea are going for a South American thing. Yep, that's also Ratcliffe, Emerson, Atletico. Yeah, so this was obviously Atletico saying they have no intention to sell Mateus Cunha or João Felix because United are just I don't know what United are doing right now. Again, United leading on negotiation United for Kylian and Messi. Literally, no one. United are like, oh yeah, we're negotiating this. It's with everybody. It's not working. It's not working. Adrian Rabiot, obviously. We were talking about Moses Caicedo, but again, that's not. We don't hear anything from that. I would actually love Moses Caicedo, Manchester United. Jan Sommer apparently is someone that we're interested in. This was 11 hours ago, but he's got other interest. Someone maybe get someone who can play with their feet would be good. Let's see. Yeah, so this was Casemiro's Manchester's dream target midfield. The Adrian Rabiot deal has been called off. That's literally all I got, for at least from Fabrizio anyway. Yep, he's a dream target, but have United put a bid in? No. Is Casemiro most likely using United to get more with his agent? Probably. At least that's what I think anyway. Let's go. Ooh, sorry. Definitely banner again. Jeez. Cool. There we go. We're back. Back to full screen. So yeah, keep the questions coming in as well, guys. I take Anthony, but we need a midfield. We do indeed. In fact, Solo says Glazers are starting to lose money. That's why they might sell, because if you look at the money we got from TeamViewer, it's less money because sponsors are seeing no progress. Yeah, exactly. Because you have other big brands like PSG and City. And Liverpool and so on. And they're seeing progress, and you're seeing a disgruntled fan base. Unfortunately, that's what you're seeing at Manchester United, a disgruntled fan base that just doesn't care anymore. Basically, that's what you see. It is what it is. Not great, but it is what it is. If Ubba scores against Arsenal in a Chelsea shirt, yeah, it'll be interesting to see that. My blood cut, Yang. I don't know how troops would react, but we'll see. Chainsaw, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Some old love, old man G. Thank you so much, Chainsaw. Really appreciate it. It really does go a long way to this channel. Oh man, I love it if I could do this as like a part-time job. I could go part-time and just do football content and discussion stuff part-time. I would love it. I would love it. One of the great things about being in Guy is if you could do something that you're passionate about for work. That's one of the best things. If the report is true, I can see Casemiro coming, like tempting with crazy wage and crazy transfer. Real Madrid did us last time with Varane. Casemiro, but was this plan? It wasn't a plan, it's panic. And I still think you say that, but the thing with Varane was that in that context, I think, to be honest, Varane wants a new challenge, and Varane didn't want to extend his contract. That was basically it. So it came from him. He didn't want to extend his contract. We knew that. Like, he just didn't want to, or at least the terms, presumably, that Perez wanted. And that's, I think, the key here. The only way I see Casemiro coming is if, because they're clearly using Manchester United to get a good contract. But Perez is very, I mean, how old is Casemiro now? Casemiro must be, let's have a look. How old is Casemiro? He is 30, right? Yeah. So which is still fine for midfielder. He's still got a good time on him. But usually, from what I understand from Perez, is that when players get to 30 or something in the early 30s, he's very reluctant to give like long-term contracts, and certainly contracts with higher wages. And obviously, you've got to bear in mind that Real Madrid already have almost a completely new midfield. They've got Valverde, they've got Camavinga, they've got Tuchemene, and obviously, and then some. So Perez is in a position where he doesn't need to offer Casemiro crazy wages, particularly. He doesn't. He's useful, but he doesn't need to. Although he is still 30. So yeah, it will be interesting. I would be very surprised if Real Madrid offered Casemiro like maybe it'll be max to maybe a 3-year deal, but I doubt it'll be anything longer than that. So I guess we'll have to see. Or maybe he wants to go for the money. Who knows? I don't know. We're gonna need, says Dutch Gamer, we're gonna need people like Ziyech right now. He's playable and feeling with. Yep. I to be honest, I'm surprised that Manchester United haven't gone for Ziyech. Maybe you can tell me why Manchester United haven't gone for Ziyech. There are a lot of players where I'm like, I don't really understand why Manchester United haven't gone. Why we didn't go for certain players that I'd have thought would have been easy to deal with. Ziyech, for example, he wants game time. He's not getting game time at Chelsea. Why not? A club wants to sell him. Why not? Why haven't we gone for him? I don't get it. I don't. Manchester United are so toxic that nobody wants to go there. Yeah, exactly. CR7. I mean, that was some news actually. CR7's comments, but we'll get into that. What happened to Dele Alli? I have no idea. Looks like he's good. But I think he was always overrated. But I don't know. It's difficult. Sometimes it could be, the players just wasn't good. It wasn't good, or people peak at different times. Some people peak when some people peak when they're older. Ideally, the late 27s. Some people peak when they're really young, and that seems to be what happens. Sometimes it's lack of effort. Sometimes it's motivation. Like you get a certain amount of money, a certain level in football, and it's like, okay, am I really going to, win the Champions League? Am I really going to win a Premier League title? Am I going to? No, I'm just playing football. That's it. I'm playing football. I'm making a wage. I don't really have any real motivational desire to make myself better, because I'm already earning a lot of money. So it is what it is. And CR7 left. As far as I'm aware, no, but he is obviously giving this truth reveal in 2 weeks' time. That's apparently going to sort of let us know like what exactly was happening in Manchester United. At least that's what he's what he's doing anyway. Sorry guys. Dele Alli doesn't like football and was overrated. Yeah, but you can make an argument that he was. Parodies, Manchester United board have no idea what they're doing. Frankie, Rabia, Antonio, Gakpo, Guni, Anatovic, Casemiro, Beyond, Pulisic, Sama, Ziyech, yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely. Zohab, I want to go back to Zohab's comment actually, because obviously United are playing Liverpool again. And for me, the key for me against Liverpool, ironic enough, is actually is winning the midfield, because Liverpool's midfield is actually brickish now. They're playing Henderson and Milner, who are slow. and Fabinho is off form. Robertson is okay, but Trent is still a thing. So for me, Liverpool will use their fullbacks to obviously go forward, but their midfield's key. We can potentially win the midfield battle if we pick the right midfield. You know, it would have been great if Frankie de Jong was here. He's not. We're not going to get a midfield in before Monday, realistically, in time to train. So, for me, I don't know. I would say Bruno, Eriksen, and Van der Beek would be the midfield that I'd pick. Yeah. Bruno, Eriksen, and Van der Beek. Yeah. Because you got to change something from the 4-0 problem. And that midfield of Fred, Bruno, and Eriksen didn't work. Even though Fred has the energy. So yeah, I think Bruno, Eriksen, Van der Beek is worth a try, because I guess you could go down the McTominay. We have one McTominay before, but Ten Hag is not very. That was in our sort of counter-attack system, and Ten Hag isn't going to do that. So the way that I see it, if we're going to counter-attack, did deep and counter-attack against Liverpool, then just play McFred and see. But if we want to try and hold the midfield, then yeah, Van der Beek, Eriksen, and because Liverpool don't have a lot of pace in the midfield, so that midfield should be fine. The issue is the fullbacks, and Malacia for me has to start. Malacia has to start. I do not want to see Luke Shaw starting against Liverpool. I saw it. I was like, oh, it's going to be big. It's a young kid. It's like, no. Malacia needs to start against Liverpool at left back. Luke Shaw is done. Luke Shaw needs to earn his place again. To be honest, any person that played in that 4-0 to Brentford, even David De Gea, actually question. Like I'd be tempted to put Tom Heaton in goal against Liverpool. Like if not for the fact that De Gea has saved us, but I would be making two big mistakes that basically cost us the game. You know, but you know that Manchester United are going to pick a similar starting 11. So it's like you got spanked 4-0 and but anyway, yeah, that's what I think anyway. Let's go to some comments. Ian. I honestly hope that we somehow able to trade Ronaldo for some good attacks in return. Perhaps we can even get Pulisic and Ziyech, and then we can try and get Kane. Don't think that ever happened. Yeah. But what would I'd be very surprised Manchester United to get all those free. Kane is definitely not leaving. Definitely not. Gakpo is probably our closest in terms of getting a forward, maybe. Pulisic, we could try, but like I said, I would avoid Pulisic because he's too injury prone. United need to avoid buying injury prone players at what would normally be high wages, you know, because you buy a player, they're on high wages, they're injury prone, and then if you want to sell them off because they've been a flop, they're on high wages, so it's difficult to move them. Case in point, Martial. Ziyech, yeah, I could ride with Jake, although he's starting to pick up injuries as well. Delhi he's had a lot of injuries. That is true. I think that's one of the things about peaking too early when you're a kid is that you're still growing as a kid, and I think because of that, we will pick up stuff. Yeah, that'll be good. I think that'll be good. Any plans this week outside football? Trying to sort out that podcast. So, Red Chainsaw. So, I will grant you what I'll do is I'll probably upload it to I'll give you like admin access basically, to the channel, and that way you can download the video and then sort of edit it and then like kind of upload it that way. So that way you can help me get the content up there regarding the podcast. That'll actually be really, really good. So, or of course, you can also do your own like. In fact, maybe I'll message you, but sort of maybe as a sort of joint thing, you could do your own kind of like anime reviews of stuff like that, season reviews and stuff like that as well on the channel as well, which would be pretty good. And I can sort of send you the thumbnails. In similar vein to formats, or whatever format you like. The media's always against Cristiano, lies all the time. I don't necessarily think they're all lies, and I don't think it helps that Ronaldo is waiting 2 weeks to address said comments. But I do agree that a lot of media people ultimately just want a headline, nothing more. All they want is just a headline. They just want to, Ronaldo this, Ronaldo that, blah, 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 blah. They're not actually interested in the truth. And I think that is definitely a major problem. I would definitely agree with that. Robertson is awful. He's been awful this season, hasn't he? Was that what's his name? I forget the guy beginning of T. Yeah, I don't know where he's gone actually. You should be giving him more game time actually. It's a bit strange. I'm not going to lie, that Tottenham team was Poch that had Kane, Son, Walker, Dele Alli, which was fun to watch. They even gave some of the best teams to bet. Oh, of course, especially with that lead up to the I don't think Walker was there at the time, but when they almost won the Champions League, though Liverpool won it. But Poch then left, and then they just turned them, and then he got sacked. So it's the same. But I'm sure Poch will be back in the Premier League at some point. When? Who knows? RDS, did you see high chance of Ten Hag dropping Maguire? Hopefully drop Shaw and De Gea. Big changing against... No, I don't think he'll drop Maguire. Because he's like, Maguire's my captain. So I don't think he'll drop him. I like if he did, but I don't think he'll drop him. I hope he drops Shaw. Like De Gea and Maguire, probably not. If I'm honest, I'd be surprised if he did. Big balls if he did, but I don't think he will. I don't. But Shaw is a possibility. In fact, I'd be very, 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 very angry if he doesn't actually drop Shaw. Because Malacia has shown, at least when he's came on, when I've seen him anyway, that he does stuff. That he's willing to do things, and I just think that Shaw, I don't know. I just think that Shaw's finished. Well, okay, that's harsh. He's not finished, but it is a bit annoying how we're constantly having to like wait for Shaw to just turn up. Or maybe a new manager will get him out of something this time. He's been at Manchester United for like 7 years now. Like that, yeah. He was here with Louis van Gaal's first season, then second season, then Jose, 2 seasons, and then one up with Ollie. So that was 5. Then Ollie's first, second. Yeah, he's been here for more than 7 years, man. Rashford, same on the scene, 7 years. Martial, 7 years. These players have been in the club for 7 years, and they've been crap. Like, okay, they've not been crap, but like, I haven't seen the clear progression. Have these players gotten better? No. They're still young in the sense that they're going into their mid sorts of, but yeah, I mean, in fact, how old is Luke Shaw now? Actually, how old is Shaw? When did we get him? 27. Yeah. So he must have came to Manchester from Southampton when he was about 20 years old. 2019, something like that. Rashford is how old? How old is Rashford? Rashford is 24. Yeah, and he burst on the scene when I was 18. So did Martial. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with Rashford right now. He just looks like he's not. He doesn't care. Which is sad. Because he was the kind of the Manchester boy. He's the Manchester boy. Manchester, but he doesn't seem to care anymore, and that's sad. Ericsson, extension to the message I just sent. Here to support you any way possible. RDS, thank you so much, buddy. I'm hearing in the Netherlands that Gakpo is currently impossible and not happening. Kane is more likely than Gakpo. Wow. Well, there you go, Manchester United fans. There you go, Manchester United. No way Gakpo is going to Manchester United. We are just not going to be getting anybody anytime soon, are we, Manchester United fans? We are not. We are really, really not. Breaking. When is he? Is that true? I mean, probably. The only thing about, I guess, of that with Naby, I mean, he is injury prone. So would you miss him? But Liverpool need midfielders. They don't need another midfielder leaving. Much like Manchester United, we need midfielders. Adad Swift donate. Thank you very much, buddies. Remember, appreciate it. What if Manu jumps in and buys the buyer's placement for Ronaldo? He's currently looking to the Barca because it's even worse there than United. Well, I would take the buy at this point. I would. I would. I would generally take the buy at this point because we need forwards, we need midfielders, we need a right back, and if you can give me any of those as opposed to a centre back, which we already had in Varane and Bailly, then that'd be great. I would have said 1 week ago that Dubai is horrible for this team, but I see something since today. Okay. I won't be giving Ronaldo credit for things he should have sorted out way earlier, whether he says he's staying or leaving. And I agree with that. Eric saying the Citizens and dropping Harry Maguire for Liverpool game. Oh, Samuel Luckhurst. So look. What's Samuel Luckhurst saying? All I've got. Okay, so I'm on. Let's share because that might be something that we can talk about actually. As I begin to round this Q&A down, it's getting a bit late here. Fortunately, we'll go on for a bit longer, but it's getting a little bit late. I'm at work tomorrow. Okay, let's have a look here. Let's have a look. So this is Simon Lucas's Twitter. So first of all, it says United not commenting on certain general in buying a club, feeding in recent weeks. The Glazers would have to bring in an investor or sell sooner rather than later to improve cash flow. So we're not commenting on this right now. Right. So I think the point he's trying to make is that the Glazers are in a predicament. They have to do two things, and especially if you're not going to put the pressure on, is that either one, someone has to come in and invest, i.e., in the shares, what we're doing here, or two, they have to sell sooner rather than later. Otherwise, the cash is going to slowly but surely dry up. It's as simple as that, and it will dry up. It will dry up. But let's have a look. Where is this thing? Story from Mercy on the future of Brandon Williams and Saka, as well as injuries that could. Okay. Oh yeah, 10 hours ago, Ten Hag giving serious consideration to dropping Maguire at Liverpool. Interesting. Very, very interesting. If he drops Maguire, that's balls. Now, I don't think it necessarily means that we beat Liverpool, but you know, I mean, I still will bring in Bai, man. I don't know why. I don't know why Bai is not an option, because we need pace in that centre back position, and they don't. And Varane doesn't really have a like. We don't have a centre back that has pace. Like that's actually what a lot of it comes down to. We don't have a centre back that can run, like at all. Like Lindelof doesn't have pace. Maguire doesn't have pace. Varane isn't really pacey. Martinez, we'll see, but I don't think he's got a lot of it. The only pacey centre back we have is Eric Bailly, and I get he has disciplinary issues, but like the guy can run. And for me, you need that as a defender in the modern game. If you can't, most forwards as well are quick. If you can't outrun your attacker, then it's a problem. And all of United's midfielders are, they can't run. That's just my thing anyway. You need pace these days. You don't need to be paceful to be a good number 9, for example. Not necessarily like Haaland doesn't have. Well, Haaland is actually quite quick, actually, to be fair. But I don't necessarily think you need that to be, to be a brilliant player. No, you don't necessarily need pace. As a winger, okay, possibly, yeah. But as a defender, it's important now. Disgrace, man. Nah, we need him gone to get a new midfielder. Well, what are your thoughts about Sergio Dest? Is he is linked former player under Ten Hag? I don't rate him that much, to be honest. I've seen him struggling quite a lot in Liga. Like he was a liability for Barcelona. I don't know. I just think that yeah, I don't know. Not awful, but yeah, not my cup of tea personally. Power. Big up Red Devils. Thank you again, Adad74. Who do you want to be sold, Dallo or Wan-Bissaka? Both, ideally. Both, because I don't think both are good enough. But increasingly, I'm realizing that, at the very least, at least at times, Wan-Bissaka could defend. Dallo can't defend. And even his going forward stuff, it's like, okay, yeah, I mean, he does, it contributes somewhat, but it's not like he's like Trent spamming crosses all the time and taking amazing set pieces and doing assists and overlapping all the time. That's not happening. What is it with Harry and why does he play all the time? I've got no idea. But hopefully this manager is actually thinking, hey, maybe we shouldn't play him, and we'll see if that actually makes a difference. Given that this toxic club, Ten Hag now sees how bad his players are. He will drop them, make statements. Nobody guarantees starts. Yeah, exactly. No one's a guaranteed starter. No one should be a guaranteed starter, and that should apply to the whole squad. If they're young players, there. They should be allowed to come into the team. I've said this. We should allow the young players to be able to come into the team. Those are my thoughts anyway. The thing with some of these Barca players is that they were bought before Xavi. They are not Xavi players. They don't fit the system. Well, exactly. So there is that. Zohab says the Red Devil, tell us your starting 11. My starting 11. As you mean against Liverpool or just my best 11? I actually have a video about that on the channel actually. So United's best starting 11. Me and Yasser did it. So I would definitely redirect you to that video on the channel. It's called Best Starting 11 United. So we do it. In fact, let me see if I can share it actually. Let me see if I can share it. I'll show like a clip from it. Yes, here we go. Should be at the end. Oh right, yeah. This was who I think you'll pick. Okay. Anyway, okay, ignore that. This is who he would pick. Okay, I say it right now. I guess David De Gea. Even though I think Tom Heaton should have a chance. Then I would say for me it's Bay and Varane as centre backs. It just is. Because you've got a centre back who is got experience, who shouldn't be being benched. I genuinely felt it was like, why is Rafa Varane being benched for Harry Maguire? Like, why is like it doesn't make sense. You have a Champions League experienced defender who's got multiple fights with Real Madrid, and he's being benched for Maguire and Martinez. Someone who's new to the league, and someone who it just doesn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense to me. So Varane and Bay, if we can't get it right back, then I guess you can also between Amram Saka and Dalot. To be honest, I don't care either or. Malacia is left back. Midfield, I would probably have. To be honest, I'd like it if we reverted back to Diamond, because we need more people in the midfield. So I'd actually revert to Diamond type. Play. You could probably play. Could you play? I guess you could. Yeah, play Van der Beek in the six. Then have Fred and Ericsson, and then have Bruno at the top of it, and then your two will be Ronaldo and Sancho, if you can, or Garnacho, potentially. That's what I would do right now, because we're short on forwards. You know, our midfield, we just need more people in the midfield to just get hold of the game. And to be honest, the best I've seen Manchester United play, the best football I've seen Manchester United play since Alex Ferguson was, ironic enough, under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, when we played, I think it was Everton in a League Cup semi or quarters, and we played a diamond with a lot of the players that I mentioned, bar I think Cavani was there, etc. And the football that we played was brilliant. We just had so much control, so much possession, so much. We just couldn't finish, but it was just a delight to see, and that's what I want to see from United. Before I go to sleep, can you tell us the best experience this year so far? Oh, and best experience outside of football. Okay. Yeah, because I need to head to sleep as well, guys. I've got to round things up. Just an hour gone. It's a short one this week, unfortunately. But next week we'll probably go back to being about a good hour and a half to 2 hours. So get your final questions in, and we will round up. We'll be talking a lot more about Ronaldo, and as things as we come to them. I will try and go live in the evenings if there's anything big that comes out. Also, remember to subscribe to my Shorts channel. In fact, I will get that out here. My Shorts channel, Red Devil Studio Extra. My instant post-match reactions will be going on that Shorts channel, and then I will doing the lives on this. But if you want to see my instant reactions, as well as comments on trans news, etc., please, links in the description just now. Head over, subscribe to my it's called Red Devil Studio Extra. It's a Shorts channel. I'd appreciate it. Right, let's have a look. Sorry, the question. Best experience. We're the best experience so far this year. I think my friend's Mahindi. Yeah. My friend's Mahindi wedding. So much food, so much dancing, so much fun. Loved it. It was great. Oh, yep, and subscribe to Red Marvel too. Yes, please. Subscribe to Red Marvel, guys. RDS, do you think should change check for next match? I like play from the back. They can't do it. Brand destroyed that. Should we? That's what I said. So that's why I explained it. I think we should go via Diamond. I think the Manchester United should go via Diamond, and because we need, for me to be honest, we need people in midfield. For me, the why I like the Diamond is that we just use more midfielders. Is at least one to do. The Boys Review, yes, I did do a Boys Review. Did you check it out on Red Marvel? I did do a Boys Review on Marvel. Thank you very much, Antonio, man. Appreciate it. Leave a comment if you like it. It go along the way. But yeah, I've not uploaded it in a while, so I'm gonna try and when I've got some time, I'm gonna try and update that channel actually, and just post some more stuff. There's some good movies coming out. Prey, the new Dragon Ball movie, I think is coming out as well. In fact, yeah, the Dragon Ball, I think it's out already. Yeah, I think it's out already. Actually, it's out tomorrow. So yeah, you'll probably will probably be seeing me do a Dragon Ball Hero movie review fairly soon. Definitely. Yes, sir. I just got into it. Yeah, The Boys is really good, man. The Boys is really good. It really is good. Great show as per usual. Thank you so much, Chainsaw. And lastly, protest on Monday can cause match to be postponed. Hopefully, it makes it exactly. And it would certainly hit the advertisers, man. Definitely. Right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. Always love these Q&As. The favorite part of the week where I just like engaging and asking questions, relaxed, chilled. So I appreciate your ongoing support. Remember, if you are new to the channel, like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitch United X. Follow our second channels.
Use one down.
Oops, that's Siri. Follow our second channels on for Red Marble and Red Devil Studio Extra. Links on the description. And yeah, guys, have a nice day, everyone. Oh, what's this? RDS. Have you seen Better Call Saul? I've heard of it, but I've not watched it actually. Season 4 soon. RDS, look, please. Postpone the game means 3 points for Liverpool. We should do that actually. Please, RDS. Have you seen? No, I've not. But apparently, Better Call Saul is great too. So I will. It's one. Maybe that's weekend viewing rather than watching Manchester United play. Guys, have a nice day, everyone. And maybe I'll do a review about it. By the way, go to Red Marble. Take care, everybody, and cheers.